You know, every day a child is diagnosed with autism, behavioral problems, and then the parent has to go through the issue of finding, something as they grow older to help them deal with these issues, not only the child, but the parent. Well, today we're at Colorful Minds over in Gulfport, right behind Walmart, and we're going to meet some of those parents and talk to the folks here with Colorful Minds. First off, we're talking to Michael and Marla West. How are y'all?
How you doing, Jim?
I'm doing great. Your son, Cohen, has autism.
Yes, sir.
And tell us about what you've been through in working with him and getting him some, good educational training program.
There's not a lot out there. I mean, I know Mississippi is not known for having a lot of educational things, so a lot of people don't know the process to go through with their son having autism or any other kind of related disorder. So we went through more of a, asking people. But once we got, we had to go through and get a, what do you call that? A
diagnosis?
Yeah, a diagnosis. Yes. Once we got a diagnosis, we went through one agency, and they didn't offer the amount of time that we needed with the ABA therapy. And then we found out about Colorful Minds in July, and Cohen's been here ever since, and he's been going about 25 to 40 hours a week, and it's been instrumental in his advancement.
Now, you have noticed a big change in the time that he's been coming here. You said because here it's kind of he's not just here for just a little bit and then they don't see him again for a while. He's kind of, like a daytime thing or whatever,
Absolutely.
which they get to spend more time with him.
Yeah, absolutely. The benefit here is that he was going last year for a total year, he was going to 4 different places to learn one thing. So he has to have routine in his life, so him being here for those 40 hours a week instead of being 4 different places for 40 hours a week has been able to make him advance a whole lot faster here at Colorful Minds than those other places.
That's awesome. That's
awesome. It's great.
Well, we've got another parent we want to talk to here that has a child here at Colorful Minds in Gulfport. Melissa, your son Josiah, or JoJo, comes here to Colorful Minds, and
Yes.
He's 3 years old and he has autism. Tell me your story, if you would.
We went through a bunch of different things with Joe, trying to get a diagnosis for him. We started off with First Steps. They were pretty good. We had some nice ladies that helped us out. We finally got him to take a test, which he was diagnosed. We were given a bunch of names of therapists that we could work with. Randy was new to this area, and we have been working with Randy for we're going on a year now.
Really? And have you noticed a noticeable difference?
Amazing.
Really?
Joe went from having about a 5-word vocabulary. He can speak in full sentences now.
Really?
He'll talk your
leg
ear
off.
off if you let him. I mean,
That's
the kid
awesome.
is nonstop. Yeah, he's leaps and bounds, this kid. I mean, his behaviors are better.
Yeah,
We
because
don't
usually
really
autistic children, they're known to be kind of in a shell and not speak a whole lot. So to get a child to bring all that out, I mean, that really says a lot.
It does, it does. We love Randy, we love Colorful Minds, we love all the RBTs here. They've been wonderful, and it's a great asset for people to know about.
Okay, well, we're going to talk to Randy now and find out more about Colorful Minds. Now, Randy Mira is the director and owner here at Colorful Minds. How are you?
Good, how are you?
I tell you what, it makes me feel so good to hear these parents and the work that you're doing here, with their children. Michael, Melissa, and all them, you can just see it coming out. Tell us about ABA. What is it?
So ABA therapy is the process of using different interventions and teaching procedures to teach children different social skills that are more acceptable in the world.
What kind of different skills are you working for? Because as one of them mentioned, Melissa mentioned her son came in here, he had like a 5-word vocabulary. Now he speaks in full sentences.
Yeah, it's one thing we focus on here is we call it the verbal operants, is where we really focus on teaching kids how to talk. Ask for things they want, things they need, expanding their vocabulary to where they can actually tell mom, I need this or I want that, without having the behaviors that are usually associated with not being able to communicate.
What other behaviors do you deal with here, Randy?
Oh, we deal with every type of behavior. We have from maladaptive behaviors where they fall on the floor, they throw things, they bite, to where we actually teach individuals different things like we work on play skills, toileting, feeding, we work on potty training, we do gross motor skills. So all the deficits a child has, we work on it here.
Well, I see all these different things around here that the kids can play with. I mean, you've got the little bikes for them. You got, of course, the ball pit, the things that they can, you know, the little mountain thing that they can climb on, the steps. I
Yeah,
mean,
we actually call this our sensory gym.
Really?
Yeah, we're one of the only centers that has a full functioning sensory gym to meet those needs of the kids. Some like the motion, some like to climb, some like to be buried. So whatever need they have,
Some
we,
like to
we
bury
have
the
a toy
teachers, I'm
for
sure,
it.
after a while.
Yep.
Oh, hopscotch. I used to
Yes.
remember playing that as a kid.
Yeah, to work on their hopping skills. So.
And then you've got, you know, a lot of the fun building blocks. And I guess the great thing about these is they're so soft, you can
Yes,
throw them at each other.
exactly.
And you don't have to worry about, you know,
Getting
another
hurt.
child getting hurt.
And they can match colors, work on stacking. So, and we have our jumpers. A lot of people love the trampoline. So.
That's nice. And then you have a screen over here.
Yeah,
you know.
so one thing that makes us different is we actually staff 3 special ed teachers full time. And this is Carla Loper. She's one of our special ed teachers. And our hatch board actually has 1,100 activities that are educational. So to incorporate different ways to learn, because every kid is individualized learning. So this one he likes more visual, more hands-on, so he prefers to learn at the hatch board.
Oh, that's nice. And boy, he's moving right along
Oh,
there.
he loves it.
I can see that. That's great. Do you have ages that you start at?
Our youngest is about 1.5, and we go all the way up to 21. But here
Really?
at the center, we focus up to about 10.
Okay.
And then we do in-home for older kids.
I was going to ask, do you do just stuff here at the center, or will you go to a home
Oh,
and
we
do
do
it as
go
well?
in-home because it's important to have that whole team approach. So where we have mom on board, or we have our babysitter on board, or the dentist. So any deficits we have, we address no matter where it is.
Okay. So now, if someone, I guess, what do you do to evaluate someone to see if they're
Yeah,
a good
so every
candidate?
kid who's diagnosed with autism comes here, and then we spend about a day evaluating and seeing what deficits they have, and then we create something called a treatment plan.
Right.
And once we get that treatment plan, I train an RBT on how to implement that plan, and then we focus on that kid, and I spend about 2 to 3 hours teaching them how to teach that kid.
Right.
And then they're in charge of implementing my plan.
Does insurance?
Yes, insurance covers
That's
it.
big.
Yeah.
That's why I wanted to ask. Does insurance cover this?
Yes, a couple insurances we work with is TRICARE, Blue Cross, Aetna, Cigna, and Medicaid.
Oh, that's
Medicaid
awesome.
United, Medicaid Magnolia.
Because I'm sure there's a lot of people think, oh, you know, I have a child with insurance. Well, this is amazing.
Yes.
Amazing. I got to give you a hug. This is wonderful, the work that you're doing here.
Thank you.
So, if you'd like some more information, the phone number is on your screen, website, and it's chock full of all kinds of information. But they're located right behind Walmart on 3 Rivers Road, Gulfport.